Leventhal. Well, people spend a lot of money on tracking devices like LoJack's on high-end autos, so isn't something like that worth the money, especially when it's as valuable as our children involved? Well, my next guest thinks so. He was so worried one day when he thought his son was missing that he created a line of sneakers with a GPS tracking system built in. The sneakers due out this fall will sell for about $3 to $50. With us now, engineer turned entrepreneur Isaac Daniel, also joined by private investigator Paul Ciolino. Welcome to both of you. Isaac, to you first, how does this work?
Well, Neil, thanks for having me. The way it works is that, for example, if Michael has these shoes on his foot during the time that he was missing, he will press this red button here. So this red button is like a alert button, an emergency button. Once he presses that button, it's immediately we're going to get that information at our monitoring center. And then we will dispatch that information to the police station or the rescue emergency department around that area or that city that it was missing. And we can be able to lead them accordingly through our coordinate map that we have in our center to be able to locate him.
To be able to find out where he is. Well, Mr. Ciolino, what do you think of that kind of technology like that?
Well, Neil, I think it's a great idea. I've got 6 kids, and I wish I'd have had it about 20 years ago to chase the little rascals around with. But I've got, my youngest son has got some issues. He's a developmentally delayed kid, and I can see all kinds of special schools and hospitals putting these on patients that walk away, even Alzheimer's patients.
Well, you know what comes up, Paul, with these type of technologies is the free speech advocates and the privacy advocates who at the same time say, wait a minute, what do you say?
Yeah.
Well, my argument would be, look at all the kids we've been recovering lately that have been kidnapped and assaulted, and if they had them tennis shoes, they might have been able to avoid a lot of that when they got snatched or grabbed. Yeah, so the technology is great. It can always be abused, but if you want privacy, move to the hills of Kentucky. Otherwise, live with it.
Yeah, because even in the hills of Kentucky it happens. Isaac, let me ask you about your technology. If everyone starts seeing this down there, sneakers available with chips in them, bad guys will also know there are sneakers available with chips in them. What would stop that from saying, kid, take off the sneakers?
Yeah, what we have to remember is that we all, as a parent, you have to remember, Neil, also that my son was missing a long time ago. So it is my duty as a parent and everyone for us to make sure that we educate our children so that they will be able to know wherever the situation, the circumstances is at that particular time, you make sure you grab this button and press the button.
But Isaac, it's up to the kid to do that, right? In other words, it's not a constantly monitoring thing. He or she has to activate that in order to be tracked, right?
Exactly. It's like what you just said when you mentioned about the privacy. So we want to make sure that also we prevent everybody's privacy, because it's not only, just the kids. We're also talking about the Alzheimer's, as Paul just mentioned, and the police or the firefighter, those who may be in danger in any point in time. So we want to make sure that we keep all their privacy also safe and secure.
Yeah, let me ask you, Paul, about this. We had on this show not too long ago a fellow who plants tracking devices under your skin. And I guess what I'm asking you, Paul, is from a private investigator standpoint and someone who has kids, is that the next step? In other words, sadly, parents hearing these kind of reports and saying, oh, man, is that where we're going?
Well, you know, Neil, GPS has been around a long time. We've been using them in theft cases, cargo theft cases, trucks, vehicles. A lot of the cell phone companies now, you could program your kid's cell phone so if he goes past a certain street, you get a text message immediately that he's out of the area he should be in. So, of course, it could be abused. But listen, the technology always catches up, and the safeguards will be built in at some point. I think it's a great idea, and it'll really help in cases like this.
All right, guys, I want to thank you both very much. We'll see where this technology goes, if it's for the betterment of our kids. This is the scene in North Carolina right now where that missing...